Hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of Blacks Watch Survivor with
Oh
Jade
my
and
God.
XD. I'm so excited.
Yes, I watched a episode of Survivor for the very first time
Yes.
in mi vida.
Yes. We're at season 44. So
Yeah, that's
welcome to
fucking
the
crazy.
fold.
I've never seen nothing like that in my life.
Yeah, what's your first impressions? I'm interested.
My first
Because it's a hell
impression.
of a show.
Okay, all right. What's the white man's name? Timmy? What's his name?
Jeff Probst. We can call him JP, but Jeff. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Jeff is cis male. I'm sorry. Well, no. So is he. Jeff is RuPaul, okay? Like, because let me say something. I said, this nigga didn't even learn their names before they came on this episode. I was like, before they came on the show, he don't study the castmates. No. He don't even learn their names. He's like, you, who are you? And I was like, who are you? So for a nigga like me who has never watched Survivor, I don't know who you are, white man, and that would be my response. Well, who are you?
Yeah,
that was my first impression.
Yeah, that's very fair. If you don't know what Survivor is a competition reality show where 18 people voluntarily get marooned in an island in Fiji for a chance at $1 million.
Why Fiji? Is there a reason they chose Fiji? Is that just a random... Is it because they have the most crabs? Like, what is it?
In the past, they used to go to different islands. Mm-hmm. And due to politics and safety, Fiji has like 300 islands. So it's like, it's safer there.
Heard you.
Yeah, because they used to, they went to Africa once. I think that was Survivor 17 at Gabon. That wasn't a good season.
I might have to go back and watch that.
Oh, you will hate it. Yeah, you'll hate it.
I just want to see white people get fucked up in Africa.
Yeah. And then they had a couple in like Nicaragua and Tocantins. I think the one from Taj from SWV, that was in Brazil. Yeah,
they did a celebrity one?
No, they just have celebrities randomly on this show. Like Brandon, in this case, he played in the NFL.
Oh, he did. That's right. I said I was going to go back and watch the intros again, and then I forgot. Because I kept calling him football nigga, so that makes sense.
Yeah. They've had like people like...
That's how old boy who wrote White Lotus ended up on.
Yeah, Mike. That's why I always say I know him from Survivor.
Got you.
Right. Got you. Okay, so in this particular in previous seasons 1 through 40, they were on an island for 39 days. In this iteration of the game, I know, in this iteration of the game is 26 days. Also, they are not in this scenario or this iteration of the game, they're not given like tools or anything. They have to earn it. So they have to like play. Has that not always been? No. And initially, they used to give them rice, a machete, a pot, and things like that. Now, they have to be like, Jeff, like that's what you saw in the first challenge.
And I know his ass is on somebody's fabulous resort. I know.
They build a camp there, and it's comfortable, I'll say that.
For him?
For production, yeah, because it's called Ponderosa, and if you go on YouTube, you'll see Survivor Ponderosa, and it looks like a resort, like sandals and shit that they build.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's so interesting. So let's talk about. They get on it's 3 boats, 3 tribes, right? Mm-hmm. Which is 3 teams. There's Tika, Ratu, and Soka.
Soka, that's the only one I remember.
Right. So, it's teams of 6, I believe, right now.
Something like
that.
18
people, right? And they first get on the island, and like you said, Jeff is talking to them like, "Hey, you, what's your name?" And,
A stranger person I've never seen in a casting tape.
Yeah, exactly. And so they, they introduce themselves for the most part, and they get into their, and Jeff passes out their buffs, which is very important in the game.
What's a buff?
I have this. A buff is the little band thing that they wear. It's how they identify.
That's right, the colors.
Right. Now, since this is only on Patreon, we can talk freely.
We're on YouTube for the first 15 minutes.
Oh, right. Okay. Because I was... Fine, I'll say it now. I don't care.
Yeah, go ahead. Put your dick on the table.
Miss from the very beginning of the episode was wearing purple. And did you catch her? And did you catch her profession?
Wait, which one?
She was the. Her name was Carolyn. She was the very first person you see.
Let me tell you about Loop de Loop. That bitch is buns.
Purple.
Do you hear me? I said, yes, I did catch her profession. Yeah. I said, so is this like, are you like a sponsor? You know, with sponsors used to dibble and dabble.
Peer advocacy.
Yeah. I was like, are you a used to? Because, bitch, you are. So at first I thought, I started writing down or noting who I thought were going to be my favorite people. Mm-hmm. And I thought she was going to be one of my favorite people. And then as we got further into the episode, I said, oh, she's a crazy white woman who you got to watch.
yeah. She is wild.
Yeah. And aggravated.
Yeah. I want to say up front that this is a Yum Yum Stan account.
Jump Jump? Yes. Please. This is a Jump Jump Stan.
This is a Jump account.
Okay. Period.
Yeah. Jum Jum is a salon owner from Puerto Rico. They are fabulous. Baby. They are the Chica tribe, and they're the voice of the season.
Yeah, and I love Jump Jump.
Yes, Jump Jump. So in the very, very first challenge, they they split the teams to get their buffs. Mm-hmm. And they have to compete, like we said, for flint and what's it called? And a pot and a machete, right? Mm-hmm. So, first challenge. I was so excited for you to see this because this hasn't happened in a long time.
Oh.
It hasn't happened in a long time. They've been very, very adamant about safety and showing things on television.
I see why.
And as soon as I saw, I was like, they're back to killing niggas on CBS again, because last time this happened, it was a lot more serious, and he had to be airlifted.
Child, because I was watching this and I said, this nigga wants me to go on this show and do that.
I said Amazing Race. We could travel around the world. No,
you also said Survivor, and you said I would win.
You would win at the social game at the tribal council.
I think so, actually, because and let me tell you, and reading people, because I said immediately I started having thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's Survivor is the element of it's a layered game, right? It's you're surviving the elements and you're surviving strangers, like who the fuck, and your own personal like creeds and biases may conflict with other people, but you may need them to get you further in the game.
Yeah.
And then on top of the fact that it's all for $1 million.
Yeah.
And you have to combat the messiest bitch of them all, which is Jeff Probst.
And he is. Ooh, Jeff Paul. That's his name.
Yeah, Jeff Paul. So in the very first challenge, it was a 2 at a time. Members of each tribe raced out to crawl under an obstacle and retrieve puzzle blocks. And then each tribe member has collected the puzzle pieces. 2 members will piece together the blocks to form a rectangle. Once the puzzle is completed, there's a lot of puzzles on this show, guys. One tribe member will attempt to release the rings from a tall pole 1 ring at a time. First tribe to finish wins. Now, what you should know about Survivor is that they are very layered challenges. They are long. And you would think they're like, and even the most simple challenge, you haven't even gotten to the simple challenges, and they're the most difficult, where they have to stand in the sun for 4 hours. So, like, you know what I mean? Hanging like this.
Okay, for this challenge, we want you to kneel on rice.
Yeah. That happens. The show is just above
Slavery?
Yeah.
No, we know.
No, not
awful,
slavery,
terrible
not slavery.
things
We're not
happen in
comparing
slavery.
that to that.
No.
Like some
As a matter of
Guantanamo.
fact, take that out, XD.
It's very similar to Guantanamo Bay type shit. You know what I mean? So anywho.
Yeah, it's real basic, kid. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
So first challenge in the first 3 seconds of the game. Jeff says, "Survivor's ready, go." A young man named Bruce decides to dive. He tries to dive under this log apparatus because they have to like crawl underneath.
And he's bald-headed, and y'all.
The production was on it, okay? It was a beautiful shot.
The medics don't play on this show, I see. But your boy was fucked up. Do you hear me? Because I was washing dishes while I was watching it. I said, ooh, that is nasty. And it looked nasty. It was it's nasty.
It was gushing.
Ooh. The show's a little gory at times. Maybe not gory, but it's a little... Because, okay, so let me see if I can do this. No, finish this.
So they have to stop the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Chris and I were watching this, and in previous seasons, they would have took him out immediately because that's a head trauma.
That's what I was wondering.
So we call him Dr. Kevorkian because this nigga was like, patch, the game goes on. Because he was like, I feel fine. He was just dehydrated because it was hot. That was a blunt force trauma to the head.
My nigga, a little bit of your scalp is out.
Yeah, sitting on the coast of Fiji.
Like
a piece of your brain is now home to a mollusk.
It was so...
Yeah.
Oh my God.
CTE live and uncut on CBS.
It was very, are you ready for some football?
Right. Right. It was so intense. But then he was like, all right, I'm cool. I'm shaking it off. I'm fine. They continue the game.
Black men.
Right.
Quit doing that.
Right. So then, Team Soka wins and whatever. They win the pot, machete, and flint. And the other 2 will have to earn their supplies. Will have to earn their supplies via another challenge back at their respective camps.
So you just got to go hungry if you don't win the challenge.
Well, this is very different because from season 41 to season 43, they didn't have that option. It was you just didn't have rice at all. This opportunity is a little easier because now everybody has an opportunity
for the whole time you there.
Well, they can go and scavenge the island. They have fruits there. There's a lot of coconuts and
they didn't have to do the coconut.
They have coconuts and plantains and things. And that's why a lot of people who get casted on the show, like if you ever go back, his name is Ty. Ty was from Vietnam. He was like, I'm from the islands. He was like, I'm from over there.
There's no problem.
I already know. Yeah, he was no problem. He made soups and shit. Like it was no tea. So it's all about how you adapt and learn how to live
soup?
up there. Yeah. And like there's some challenges where I don't know if they'll do it now because of COVID, but in the past they used to have people from like the island that lived on the island and would teach them everything, how to make things seasoned well and how to catch fish and how to, live off the island and respect the island, which they do very good. They try to do very good on Survivor.
Good.
So the losing teams go back and they gotta choose. They gotta choose this challenge. They either have to.
If for whatever god awful reason you want more Jade and XD, make sure you subscribe to us on Patreon.